too much. If he still has 50-second minus respawn in the next update, I will be very surprised, but I'm sure we'll get a tweak probably before Star Ladder. But not during the qualifiers. So for now, he's still there. He's still scary, still very obnoxious. And Darkseer Earth Spirit, great combination. Classic Pablo hero with his Earth Spirit. And then the Nyx Assassin, who's one of our favorite counters to Darkseer to mess up his big wombo combo between him and all his allies.
Yeah, it's great. You love to see that type of stuff. And I guess it's a little bit of a sketchy wombo combo because you put yourself in harm's way slightly. So if there was like a boulder smash in the midst of that vacuum that pulls everybody together, you still get hit by the stun, which is scary. And I don't know, it's a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I like it though. What do you think? I've said I don't know 3 times now, so I'm not going to say it again. But
well, I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Damn it.
If I'm Vega, I'm just going to start thinking about the pressure that could come from the dual offlane of the Darkseer Earth Spirit, or at least the threat of the Earth Spirit possibly rotating up there to give a little bit of help, maybe when he hits level 3 or something. And think about what position 1 I want up against the Darkseer. Do I want to go for a Juggernaut? Do I just want to throw my Lone Druid up there? Do I not want to send him to the mid lane? I don't believe we saw the bear so far for Vega. Is that correct? I'm just looking back now. Oh, the very beginning in their actual qualifier versus Cloud9, they did play it, but not in the games that we've been casting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, those were the ones, and this was, of course, the 2 teams that qualified from the open stream or from the open bracket as well. It's worth noting that Vega actually got beaten out by Virtus Pro, and then Virtus Pro ended up withdrawing from the tournament, and so they ended up playing a best of 3 against Friends, and Vega Squadron came out on top. So lucky to be here and getting in some good practice, too. I feel like this qualifier is not all of the teams are in it just to try and make it to the land. Of course, they'd love to do that, but more realistically, just to get that official practice against other teams.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to see what they want to do with this Lone Druid then, because the last time they ran it, it was played by Mag, but they ran it in a safe lane and went aggro try with a Vengeful Spirit. So they saw the opportunity for like Lone Druid's good in these 1v1s. Let's take him. Let's put him 1v1 rather than doing any sort of like a duel or tri-lane, because we want him to get the most experience as possible. And that's going to come from just being by himself. He'll get plenty of gold and free farm because it's very difficult to contest with numerous heroes. But with the Nyx Assassin, unless this ends up being a support, then it's unlikely we see like an aggro try. Plus, that would be a pretty weak support to have in your aggro try.
Right.
So that starts to get pretty unlikely, which leads me to believe this will either just be like a safe lane with maybe one guy kind of hanging around, just a single support, or it'll just be that full mid lane Lone Druid. And he does match up okay against the sniper, at least in our experience watching it. I remember there was a rather dumpstered sniper. The early low range of the sniper can be punished pretty heavily from a bear without a lot of help.
Yeah, that was the tough thing. And of course, we did also see a game where Sniper, I don't remember if it was the same one where he ended up coming back and just
he still
dismantling
won.
them.
Yes,
Yeah, they still ended up winning the game once we got to the later stages. But for a little bit of context before we get too deep into the draft, just where these 2 teams are, can take a look real quick at the standings. And Horde, unfortunately, have not been over to...
Don't do it. Don't say it.
It's been a little bit rough for both of these teams. But Vega, they're still new on the block. They've lost one series, 0-2. They've been able to tie it up. So there's still a chance for them. It's like a very slim chance. But if they end up sort of winning out 2-0 against multiple people in a row, suddenly they fight their way back into this qualifier. So I don't believe that those standings have been completely updated as of yet. But yeah, anyways, we're going to hop back into this game.
Horde are out mathematically. They can't make it. So, but at the same time, they're also the team who has the most to gain from these games, in my opinion, in terms of like actual practice. If they just, this is a pretty nice scrim sesh for them, being able to play against all these top squads. And you never know, some visas get denied. They need some teams.
Hey,
try and place as high as you can, right? 4 or 5 teams get knocked out. Maybe they'll make it in.
We talked about it before. It's visas that are for less than a month away at this point. So could definitely be scary stuff if they don't manage to get their things together. Rubik taken. I like this pick a decent amount. The Earth Spirit obviously is a little bit sketchy as far as things that Rubik can steal, but Darkseer is great. Taking that Ion Shell. Maybe it actually could turn the bear into a bit of a damaging force, considering you don't tend to get that in the range Lone Druid build.
Yeah. The Don't believe you can Iron Shield the bear, though. I will let you know. It's one of
Really?
those weird
Oh my
interactions.
goodness.
I hate to break it to you. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Sad
god.
lone druid. What is it? It's like lone druid bear, brewlings, and golems, I believe.
Well, at my
And
500
visage birds.
Okay, at my 500 MMR, nobody plays Lone Druid, so it's all good anyways.
Didn't even know he was a hero.
Yeah.
Never seen him before.
Who's this
He's
guy?
fresh, but...
Why is
Oh,
Sean
that's
Connery in the
Jug.
game? Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jug. Yeah, they went for it. So up against the Darkseer, the expected hero. It's great. It really limits any rotation from the Earth Spirit too. It's just like, why even bother going up there? He's just gonna spin. This is such an unlikely gank. Why even pressure him? Then the Jug just gets this free farm while Earth Spirit rolls at your mid hero. So, probably gonna get a nice little last position 4 here, I would guess, for Vega, and then send the Lone Druid mid, give Mag his Nyx Assassin. But with the Rubik, there is still the potential for this to be support Nyx, and we'll see if they got some wild ideas of still safely this Lone Druid and picking up another mid.
Well, with the bug, it means that Vega Squadron is going to get the second to last pick, so Horde could still take something that could really, as their last pick, heavily mess up what Vega Squadron is doing. Like, if Nyx Assassin is put to the offlane, aren't there so many heroes that can just destroy him?
Potentially. That is quite true. So, indeed, we will just have to wait then. I do like the Pudge Band, though.
Oh, yeah.
And no T-ball setups.
Did you ever play T-ball?
I think so.
I didn't.
Yes, I did, actually. I can quite recall it.
That's
All I remember about playing Little League Baseball is I remember one time I cried because I didn't hit a home run. That's my only memory of playing childhood baseball.
Oh,
because
no.
the person running in front of me, because like you always hit home runs, 'cause everyone's so bad. You literally just hit the ball and you ran the whole way around the bases, but the person ahead of me was too slow. And I remember I got mad and cried. Like the big boy I was.
I can just imagine you. You're like, you have such a nice little, when you're freshly shaven, like a baby face, kind of a big smile on there. You got, little cut hair, and you swing at the ball and you miss, and then you just, oh no. Oh.
I didn't miss the ball.
Okay.
Hey, whoa. No, I hit that ball. The person in front of me was too slow. I was crying out of anger.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
all right, well,
okay.
we missed
Now
the
back
last
to
two picks.
So we'll get our Sand King here. And our Drow Ranger. Nice little final pickup.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's great. And the setup with the team fight, too. This is a scary looking draft for Horde. What do you think about the Sand King, though? Is this enough to sort of deal with getting on top of that Drow?
I guess we'll have to figure out how much farm Sand King will be able to get.
Yeah.
Maybe a combination with the Nyx Assassin. It seems... That's tough. I'm not sure who they're going to pick. They really could go either way with this Nyx to the Sand King. I kind of want to say you send the Nyx in the offlane just because then the levels are more important. Like, Sand King needs the gold, too, to have the initiation, whereas Nyx, if you can just get up into that level 6, you put the threat on the map, you force the detection, and then that'll give enough space, perhaps, to Sand King to be farming up at the same time, syncing up with the Rubik and getting kills that way. More of a threat in that safe lane with the Juggernaut.
Well, we'll see who they end up taking there. I mean, they could... it seems like a really strange dual lane, so I don't imagine that would happen, right? Like, is there any way that... It's Seneko on the Sand King. Is there any way that could work? He's got boots. He might roam.
Oh, they're going to go aggro.
Okay.
He's got double mango build on Mag, so he's going to play up just heavy regen. Okay, so they'll send him versus the Darkseer. This works out.
Yeah.
And then Seneko with the boots too, pressure him with the Rubik. And again, we always talk about Earth Spirit and the idea of running aggros so that you can try and pull him away from the mid lane, and they will achieve that for sure. Drow, not the best tri-lane hero. Witch Doctor is pretty good in these scenarios, but feeling very good. I like Vega. This is a nice setup.
Oh, they spot out Seneko. Gonna try and go. They can't do it. Yeah, maybe if it was somebody walking to the low ground, they might have been able to hit it, but unfortunately, Horde don't find the initiation.
It was a nice ward setup, though, because now they spot the Rubik, and they're like, wait, if Rubik's down here, they're aggro tri-laning, so what are we going to do? They now at least know the lane setup and can decide how they're going to do their own. Looks like they're not going to change their minds.
Yeah. Well, we got E-Skill heading up there. He's been playing a quite good game, and actually they're going to move in to try and contest this with Ditchiara having spin and then also a good amount of disable. Ake needs to head out of here Boots versus Snako could have made something happen, but he'll pick up the rune and, well, they'll make the aggro work.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy bullying there. Their own bounty rune will just be picked up there by G. So fine and dandy for them. They'll get 3 out of 4. And Vega already looking good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, do get a little nice little deny now onto the range creep as well. So,
Oh, nasty.
yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting the way that this dynamic goes out here. They were able to get the full pull off there as Pablo kicked it into the. They're actually no, he's pulling them.
Pull.
He didn't get that one fully, but that is an interesting little way to do this. Everybody's trying to mess up the mid lane. Let's make the mid lane great again. Come on, guys.
Yeah, Earthsphere has a couple of these too. He can do that pull down bottom the same way. He can also do a pull up here if you're dire side. All kinds of fun stuff. So they knew what was happening, but now they have made the switch. Just took them a little while longer to do it. He skills now down the bottom lane. They're going to get their Drow out of there. This is much more beneficial for the side of Horde. We'll see if they swap it up on the dire.
G taking some damage as well. The shrapnel is there, and actually with Snako rotating
He
in.
is still walking in that shrapnel.
Yeah, he's actually on the low ground as well. Pablo is here. They have he took geomagnetic grip though. That's the problem. So can't quite find the kill onto the lone druid, who has to take the long walk around to get back in safe.
Yeah, that's the issue with having a pull level 1. You're totally useless. He needs to go down and do this camp or something. As much as I hate to say it, he needs another level. Because right now he's just wandering aimlessly, doing nothing.
And it looks like they have switched up the lanes again. Both the Nyx Assassin as well as the Darkseer head down to the bottom lane.
He can do this one too. I wonder if he's going to do it.
Oh, jeez.
This is stupid.
He actually pulled the range creep into this little medium camp here to get the full deny off. So
he's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's a jerk. Oh, no, Pablo. All right. I don't know what he's up to then.
I think this has actually gimped him pretty hard. Like, this is the time when Earth Spirit's supposed to be rolling around and making kills happen. I guess
like, now is not a time to be prideful, Pablo. Do your shitty pulls. Go find something.
I guess that maybe it's too hard to gank these heroes. Is that the issue, possibly?
I think he just thought he'd get an advantage. I mean, that's kind of true. It's not the easiest. Like, he's not going to be able to roll in up top. The Lone Druid, I think, still probably could have used some pressure, at least early on, because, you know, he's unlikely to get the early point in Savage Roar, and if you can force it out, then he won't have Rabid for that extra damage.
Yeah.
I would have thought the rolling into mid would have been his prime objective.
Well, in the meantime, G has been left to fend off against Excalibur in the mid lane, who has been having a really good time against him so far. That early pressure leveled on means that he's 16-5 versus the 8-3. G's been having a rough one.
Yeah, this does not look like the last time we witnessed this, but in that game, the Lone Druid got a lot more help, so unable to get the early bullying happening.
Bottom lane, gonna get the first blood, Mag. So normally a hero that struggles in the laning phase, this is Nyx Assassin, comboed together with the Rubik, they take down Drow.
Yeah, she's been all alone. She has no help. She can't force Mag out because his regen is just insane. Even without the Tango operating, he's going to have 5.1 base HP regen. You just can't right-click that. Like with a poor man's shield, he can easily walk away and just come back in whenever he wants his last hits.
God.
The other frustrating thing is you always have to play around these Magos being there too. So you can't even just wait till he's low on mana and then use that for your positioning.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's certainly feeling like now like they're sort of struggling to find an answer, and I guess because the thing that was interesting about that was that it was E-Skill that decided to leave that lane. So Horde's decision to have the Drow Ranger down here basically alone, is it a bad matchup for the Nyx, or for the Darkseer against the Nyx? Like, is that why they ended up doing that?
Basically, the Drow can't be top versus that whole tri lane. Like they were just trying to dodge the Jug tri lane with the Drow, and then this is her best shot at getting anything done. The real problem is just that Ake had to help mid so much.
Oh, and Seneko now going to be able to get the first initial stun. Impale connects right on the edge as well. Gorg gonna go down, and well, Ake is here as well. They're gonna try and find a counter kill here as Seneko is going to drop. Not quite able to get the burrow strike into the trees, but Drow dying again this early. Pablo has his level 4 at this point after soaking up experience top, but still can't find too much.
Yeah, Oh, nice catch for him though. I mean, Ake is still level 2.
Yeah. Well, Pablo looking. Oh God, have they got him? All right, missed the impale. Ditya still here. They kick him away. That was a nice little play there by Pablo. He definitely would have died if he was caught in that spin.
And Gork just goes back to his sad life. Well, he's up to 15 last hits now. He's been struggling quite a bit. Ditya's down here though. So he either gets Nyx Assassin or he gets Jug plus other heroes, and this that Sanking Roman was just brutal as well for an already awful start.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck mixed with bad laning, and it's a bad time for Gorik, that's for sure. Like you said, 15 last hits, and I guess the plus side of this is that Lone Druid is not having a great game either. Sniper is going to be able to get a bunch of damage and build a bit of more of a lead off of this.
He is caught up a lot, though. He's only 7 last hits down.
Yeah.
Considering, I guess that's where he started. It was like 15 to 8, but I'm surprised that despite that lead, Excalibur couldn't like push that further.
And Gorik again getting dove. They got the lift back. The stun is going to be there onto Ake. Oh, he just gets Omni Slash. Didn't have a way out. E-skill also blocked in by the Jug. There's nowhere for him to go right now. They're going to be able to find the skill possibly as G has shown up as well, trying to connect onto E-skill, in trouble and killed off. G finds one himself, and Ake going to try and TP out. It does look like he'll be able to make his escape.
Oh, this is nice, too. This is a great early use of the bear. Although it's the more traditional Lone Druid sense, this is almost reminiscent of like NP and the way they rotate around with their Terror Blades so early to pressure into these tier 1s whenever they see any sort of a fight opportunity. Something that you can really easily do with Lone Druid. Like, you're not going to add any more items to this bear, but that siege damage early on really helping out as you get your level 3 bear, generally where most people stop and start putting their points back in towards the more snipery Lone Druid.
So I want to ask you now, this is something we haven't seen before that often, is a Nyx Assassin almost being top of the CS at this point, has his arcane boots, 800 gold as well, and it's only 7 minutes in. Do you try and go for something like a Midas to extend your lead, or do you think you go like some snowbally item like Dagon at this point and just kill Drow over and over again?
I would personally be a pretty big fan of the Midas, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see Blinks and Snowballs, they lift mid,
Oh,
get
God.
Excalibur, looking for the root, but don't even need it.
Yeah, he is. Well, they get the root regardless. Seneko is going to end up not falling. Oh, Savage Roar pushback. Seneko down at 9 HP, but they just can't get the kill. Trying to chase. He might end up dying for this. They are going to be able to find the kill into Seneko, but man, it costs Earthspirit his life. Jeez.
I guess looks like Seneko didn't notice the Iron Shell. I mean, can't really blame him. There's an Earth Spirit just like rolling at him, so might have been able to burrow himself away, but doesn't matter. Gets the kill, it's fine. Faster respawn. And Mag, he's up into his arcane boots, so we'll see if he can keep grabbing a couple kills. Maybe he'll head in towards that Midas. Could also just get himself a Blink Dagger. Like, the big idea, I guess, for snowballing when you discuss if he wants to go with Midas or just go straight for that Blink would be who can help him out if he gets a Blink Dagger. And I'm not sure it would really add that much to their overall power at the current moment.
Oh, the Radiant are scanning. They realize that Mag is here.
Really nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that I don't know if he went invis underneath this ward or not, but that might have been what happened there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I would say more than likely.
Nonetheless, we've got G, who is now going to be building into that Dragon Lance, and once those talents start coming up and online, it is a whole new ballpark of pain for this side. Are your nameplates for the teams bugged out, by the way?
Yeah, they look weird. Yeah, they're black. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's strange.
Look at the gap that has opened up here between the Drow and the Jug. Just like your safe laners. It's like 1,800 gold.
Jeez.
That's the big difference right now. 3 of the top 4 belong to Dire. 3 heroes. Well, they've got Jug at 4K now, and then 2 over 3,000. And then you're looking at 3,400, 3,000. And then Drow just a measly 2,200 gold at the current moment. And, like, she's below the Sand King now.
It's such a hard game.
Yeah.
Rolling in, they're going to be able to get the sound. That's actually a double silence now, and also kick away the bear, and G is going to go down for that. The Burrow Strike turnaround, Pablo might end up paying for this. Ditya going to dive forward, a ton of damage, the double impale. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Triple kill for Ditya at 9.5 minutes in. Oh, that hurts. That hurts bad.
Yeah, I had Save Your Buddy syndrome. Trying to come back in with the heals, and everyone just not quite getting away, and that impale. Very nice setup there.
Oh, and in the jungle, they found Seneko, though. So Pablo picks one up for his team, much needed. But earlier when we were talking about this Vega Squadron team, you were talking about the potential and how Mag is one of those heroes, or one of those players that's always just sort of been on the fringe of greatness. Do you feel like he's sort of making a little bit more of a name for himself here? He's having a great game.
Oh, Mag's the man.
No.
He's a legend. He's a stand-in extraordinaire. He can do anything. But I think just this whole team, just players that I'm really excited to watch play together. So far, not the best showings, but also not the worst. They've looked all right. Cloud9, although they lost 2-0 to Cloud9, you start to see Cloud9 play in some of these other games, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's fair. I'm all right with that. You know, maybe they fell to them in that qualifier and still managed to wiggle their way into the tournament itself. But oh, nice century from Ake, but not gonna help them.
Juke Jive. Can they get it? They do have the, well, Omni on Ditchara, but silence for the moment. This would be a huge turnaround if they could get it. Mag does have the Impale from the low ground if they want to go for it. Ditchara just going to TP out, and they can't find that kill. So, well, that's a Vendetta wasted, but also multiple TPs used. They might try and push this tower up here.
Yeah, they TP up Pablo too. But he does leave Senego all along down bottom, so he's going to start getting some gold back towards himself after that kill from Pablo and getting towards his Blink Dagger. They know that Sand King not going to have a major impact even if he does join this fight up here. Level 8, so he is holding the point to see if he needs the epicenter. He'll probably end up skilling into it soon. I'll take it now. It's not much point holding it if you're not going to take the cost, you can use it to fire him fast. You might as well just have your epicenter ready.
Yeah.
Mid lane, they will silence up on Ditchara.
That's a huge kill if they manage to get it, and they definitely do.
Oh,
so,
man, Excalibur, the hero to grab that as well.
That's great. And I miss a kill up top as Vega Squadron able to turn it back around, take down the Drow Ranger, now going to kill Ake. So, you know, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Ake, are you really just going to walk away from that? There's no way he gets out of this alive, right? Well, Sand King actually, he gets the Burrow Strike now. Okay. They found it.
He was getting low on mana, but got him. Well, one good thing happens, and then they lose a couple top. Yeah. So not too hot for Horde once again here, but at least that gold did go to Excalibur. He's up there. It's only 700 gold now behind that Juggernaut. And if there's any hero that might be able to bring you on back, it's this guy just peeping away in the back lines while you throw bodies at your opponents.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
careful here.
I guess that too, like with Excalibur just sitting over here to the side, Ake is there to help him out. They can kind of just take down this tower. This is feeling to me like Horde are getting into a better position than they were previously. Well, I say that they take the tier 1 tower in the top lane and might even be able to take down E-Skill. They will be able to get the... Oh, nice little catch there. This is a problem. Seneko with the follow-up, and maybe... they forced the mechanism, but that's it. Bro striking away as well. They don't want to get caught out here. And Drow is also showing up. If they could find a catch, it would be big, but... Well, Surge already used.
They just ultied G down bottom with the sniper too, so there's no real chase option available there from him. They tried to go for like a role play, but then Pablo just got rooted, and any hopes of killing G was gone at that moment. So counter sniper now getting over normal sniper. Counter terrorists win. G trying to get in towards his Dragon Lance.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty huge. 200 attack range, always great. And now maybe there's an opportunity here, although it does look like the Helm of the Dominator, a little creep, is going to be able to scout out this movement by Horde, so they won't get caught unawares. Mid lane is going to be pressured in. They take down the tower. Not before Earth Spirit can TP in. But, God, I just feel like Horde needs so many more numbers to be able to take a fight favorably, and Vega are doing an okay job of avoiding them.
Yeah, I've heard so much theory crafting about support Drow, but I've never actually seen it in a pro game. It's something. It does help with your sniper though, just like giving him all this aura. No, it's a rough go for Gork.
Yeah,
he got thrown a shit lane. Difficult for him to farm, and now he really is an aura at this point. He'll try and catch himself back up, get some relevant items, but for now he's just gonna be happy if he gets a Ring of Aquila.
I mean, if you do end up getting that Aquila, do you just go back for more Wraith Bands to help out your sniper? Is that the build at this point?
Hopefully he doesn't end up doing that, but there is the potential if things start getting a little bit more dire.
All right. Well, Ake and Pablo, there's still a ton of comeback potential with this lineup. They've got some great team fight, particularly once that Darkseer is able to build into the next, well, Blink Dagger. It looks like he's going to go for Guardian Greaves first.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And they're set up here to go for this, but does the Catapult scout him out?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
No, not yet. They don't have vision of this, but Horde not feeling comfortable with it. They back out again.
Horde have a really nice game plan going right now, though. They've taken down that tower top, now they took tower down mid, and it's really stifling Meg because they're just working together and dropping all these sentries. They just make this one play. They know where they want to fight, so they go there, they put a sentry down, and they start the fight. So again, they're coming to this bottom tower. This time, though, they are out of sentries, and that courier, it's bringing 2 right away. Like, they understand just how important they are. Ake making the right calls. He's played really well.
Yeah.
Ake definitely looked like he hasn't lost a step. In his disruptor games, always felt like he was very on point with his ultimates and his glimpses. But now it's Meg here, and again, no sentries quite yet. Still coming on that courier, might find a backstab.
Yeah, this would be really rough. And E-Skill is here in the trees. It does look like they're getting set up for a fight. Mag might realize he's back here, but they do drop a sentry ward. It's not where Mag is going to come from, though. And jump forward, blink reveal onto Excalibur. A nice little catch. Can they find a route? It's not going to be there as of yet. Vacuum wall onto 3, though, and that actually messes up the epicenter as well. A ton of damage being dealt out to Vega. They might be able to kill them all, and Seneko as well. They're trying to go in with Ditya. A lot of damage being dealt. They've lost the Drow Ranger already, but 4 still alive, and Ditya being chased. E-Skill surge forward. They get the stun. A huge comeback from Horde, and it's all off the back of the Magic Man himself. E-Skill playing a great Darkseer.
Wow, and yeah, Snake, he went for that big epicenter play, but something canceled his blink. I couldn't tell if it was the shrapnel, which it likely was. I mean, that AoE is just so deceptively large a lot of times, and it almost looked like it might have been a Wild Wing Ripper tornado as well.
Yeah.
Before going down, the Dire did steal it. So, betrayal at the hands of the Wild Ring.
I
But
thought
very, very well done from Horde.
I was wondering if it was the vacuum, but it might not have been actually as they're going back in there. Oh, God, they're walking back in with Mag. They see this guy. Are they going to try and... Okay, they're not going to try and turn it.
They've spent so much at this point.
Yeah. Probably the better decision. Look at the comeback, though, on the net worth graph. That's huge.
This will come in handy.
Yeah, and that all comes to the hands of just very nice movement. They just kind of 5 and 5 all through the map, using these sentries, patience being very key here. Excalibur, he'll be found out, but he's pretty tanky, and Seneko doesn't have his ulti.
They're surging forward, and they do have Mechanism here, too, so maybe, just maybe, they could go for this. No, Pablo didn't even make it up to the high ground, so they're going to call it off. He might have actually just been trying to farm that. I don't know.
Oh, no, not too big of a deal here. Still smoked, but again, no one here. Maybe gonna try like a lift Omni Slash play here. Yeah, how long till it's back? 20 seconds. They could hang around, but with E-Skill in the area too, it doesn't really seem worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mechanism was pretty game-changing in that as well. Just, I think that, like, Horde, it can't be understated how good their team fight is. And Ditya, he does a lot of damage, but it's more about that, like, pick-off game, at least for the moment, it feels like. Whereas, well, actually, Sioma is back here behind them. They do have good vision. This might end up being another one of those fights. I don't know if it's going to end as well for Horde. Jump forward, Ditya doing damage. Burrow Strike connects onto 1, and E-Skill also going to be controlled. He wasn't able to get it off right at the start. There's a vacuum wall, connects onto 2 of them. Excalibur running back and away and trying to escape from him. They are going to be able to take down Ditya again. G also gone on by Pablo, so maybe going to end up working. They've lost the sniper. Burrow Strike connects onto 2.
Oh, nice
my
combo.
God. Nice little play there as they are going to lose Seneko as well. Holy crap. Nicely done there.
Oh, wow. Despite a 2-man impelled into a 3-man Burrow Strike, not able to win that fight. I gotta say, a fight where you're ion shelling your sniper never seems like it's gonna go very well, but it worked out for Horde this time. That is rather remarkable. These comebacks, man. Plenty of gold going to Pablo. He makes the big plays in that fight. 1,300 damage, and before going down, there's almost 1,800 dished out by the sniper. Still got it done. And Drow, she was poor. She's rich now, man. She is up there. 6,300 gold. Not too shabby.
Jeez.
Well, I can't believe she's only 1,400 behind Jug at this point. That is pretty insane.
Comeback mechanic, man. You get like almost 2 wipes in a row, and geez, yeah, they are in a great position. And Sniper, who only died in one of those fights, obviously, is also starting to pull pretty significantly. I guess not too significantly. 600 gold isn't crazy. But I'm kind of wondering at this point, like, when we're going to be able to see that combo breaking stuff that we're expecting out of Mag. Maybe he needs to be waiting on the backlines for the Darkseer to jump in and then go for the, you know, the catch with the Spike Carapace, like blink into it or something. It's tough to tell what they need to do at this point.
Yeah, it's just going to depend on the dynamics of the fight, but there's a lot of opportunities for it. Just between the kicks from Earth Spirit, as well as the shrapnel AoEs, there's a lot of moments where he can just be walking through damage sources from the Radiant side, Ion Shells as well.
No.
And they have to be pretty cautious. Just on the side of the Radiant that, that happens. Oh, tries to scout out Roche, but runs them on in, so might have to wait for the next illusion to go.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
Pablo finds an illusion, thinking it might have been the real one.
Yeah, they're just going to back out of there. Roche taking abilities on either side is not tremendous. I guess probably the Horde would be the better of the two that can do it, just with all the right-click damage that they've got with Drow Aura.
Yeah, at the same time, though, they're lacking a bit of the tank ability that they definitely have with the Bear on the Dire side, so can't really underestimate the right-click damage of G2, although he hasn't really had that total freedom opportunity to use it yet. We all know that he can really dish it out, so I would say either team pretty damn fast at taking it at this point. We'll just come down to knocking down these towers. Likely that Shrine should still be up by the time we actually see a Roche fight.
Yeah.
So like you'll probably need quite a few hero
Radiant
kills to go for it.
structures are fortified.
Now pressure onto both of the tier 2s, one for the Radiant up in the top lane as Ditchera hits away, and meanwhile mid, Goric and the Sniper are doing the damage that they need to. Also going to be able
That's
to
a
take
win
it.
for Horde. Definitely want to be taking that mid tower. More important
Has fallen.
currently.
Jeez. And now the move back in towards mid. Snako going to be able to blink out. 14-14, and the game is back at even, both in terms of kills and the net worth as well. Does definitely feel, though, like it's favoring, I mean, Horde in terms of the way the fights are going. E-skill. Oh, that was a nice play right there. Ends up getting the Spike Carapace off onto the creep that was there, and they end up finding one kill. Excalibur, in the meantime, they're trying to get him out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was really close. The cask is going to hit over here, so Snako and Mag might end up... Oh, no, they're just going to walk out and take it. Where are you at, Cask? Boom.
That was an insanely deep dive, but worked out. Good use of the epicenter, closing out that Darkseer. Sadly, just because they were so deep, needing to TP out means they don't have any hopes of capitalizing this into Roche. But Lone Druid's down the bottom lane. He's been getting a lot of gold, pressuring in on this lane too, so I'll be giving them lots of information. By pressuring this down here, maybe they can force a Radiant hero to be showing, and from there move on into the Roche pit. And try and force them to decide, do they want to try and defend this, they want to try and deal with the Roche. That choice now possibly being made here, but Excalibur, they have this Mud Golem here from the Dire side, speeding away with that helm.
Oh, they
And
got
they'll
him.
at least know if they go into the pit. But Excalibur, he's going to start. That tower is so far gone, though, and they're
Yeah.
already smoking and moving. Snako cutting the wave mid. They can't Roche. They're going to lose way too much if they go for this.
That being said, they don't have that vision now, and okay, they're going to be able to spot that they're coming back to defend this. So instead, G going to go farm out the rest of the camps, try and get himself built back up in terms of net worth. And that is one thing that's nice about this Nyx pick here, is that because the Nyx assassin is in the game, you can't stay that far away from your teammates as Horde, and they're going to be able to just inherently get more out of the map. Vega.
Meg. Just hoping he'll pop out a bit too far. But with his ally...
He's tempting fate.
E-skill. It's deja vu, man.
Yeah, really.
Something happened to me when I was just this close last time, too.
Oh,
no.
God, they did it again! They got him! Epicenter out! Oh, jeez. And now
That's
Rubik,
tilting.
he has Ion Shell. All right, a nice little combo there. Laying down the Magnetize as well, and there's the Yule Scepter to try and take it off. Can they break Sioma's TP? Doesn't look like it's going to happen, although they should be able to kill off Snako,
Oh, he's got
possibly,
blink.
maybe. Ditchera took down Ake on the other side of the map, looking for the follow-up. They end up finding it. But now the turnaround onto
these
Pablo.
saves.
He is going to end up going down as well. Team, where are you guys at?
Man, saving Comrade Snako. That was sick. Well done.
Oh my God. All right. And they get the pick off on the Darkseer. They found Ake over by where Juggernaut was. And then they also could kill off the Earth Spirit. Roche time.
Dude, G has just been like punching so many creeps during all of this too.
Yeah.
He's 1-3-3. He's been involved in 4 of the 18 kills. But has he ever been punching creeps, man? This guy is he is so rich. He's got that Mjolnir. He's ready to lay into some people. And this is what we talked about the last time we saw this bear. We had like an early Lincoln's instead of going with the Mjolnir, and he didn't get to go for that raw damage build. This time he has all that damage before he's going to go into his defensive item, and it'll be the BKB. And G is just going to be unstoppable.
Trying to go for the kill here, maybe. E-Skill is going to jump forward, vacuum wall onto 2, and they're going to be able to go for the combo breaker in the Savage Roar, so Vega just runs out and away. Guess what? Lone Druid is pretty quick. 462 movement speed. They aren't catching up with that guy.
No, they do have some decent catch. Oh, speaking of which, they got Mag.
Oh, the miss
misses,
uphill!
but they have Ward.
Yeah. That's a lot of misses.
It's pretty lucky, Nyx.
Yeah.
Then again, he ended up on a high ground, so how lucky can he be?
True enough. So 15 to 18. I feel like that Roche matters a lot. This is a lineup from side of Horde that would probably have loved to be able to start pushing down the rest of these towers and taking map control, but suddenly they're down at 7,500 net worth deficit and almost 10,000 experience.
All coming off the back of those 2 very deep pickoffs and dives. Like those trades were working pretty favorably in terms of the death ball for Horde. They were just moving around, getting everything.
Yeah.
And now they just feel slumped, pushed back. This bear is all over the map. He's so difficult to deal with. Like you try and make this gank squad go for him or something, and he's just gonna roar you away. Gonna have to work with some big combinations between Pablo's blink into silences from the Drow, likely.
Well, taking a look, are there any? I'm not really seeing any talent stuff that's super relevant at this point, but it's looking like it's all fine and normal. Double Hurricane Pike will be up now for both of the heavy right clickers for Horde, and that extra maneuverability might end up making the difference in the fights to come. If you're Vega at this point, I guess, do you start thinking about just trying to like gear up for the late game, or do you try hitting a stronger timing as well when they can start trying to push down high ground, maybe on next Aegis or something?
For now, it just looks like Horde have to try and find their way into keeping their farm up as much as possible, because they know the map is slowly just going to be shrinking. We'll start seeing wards, gems come out from the dire side more than likely, hem them into their base, and just use the Aegis to close out the towers and shrines.
They spotted this smoke with the ward as well. This shouldn't work for Lone Druid, I think. He should be able to be safe, although Pablo has found him, and now the rest of the side, all right, that was a little bit strange. Aegis there. They might still be able to make this work. Seneko is getting ready to be set up on this and going into true form, dropping low, stunned up, and they do go for the epicenter. It doesn't end up hitting onto Excalibur. They have already thrown out the Omni Slash. E-Scale's still alive, manages to get off the wall somehow. 2 dead already on the side of Horde. Ake throwing out his ulti is going to end up dropping, and Hurricane Pike, they take down Ditchara. Mag is also able to stun the Excalibur, and a really good Impel. Yeah, this is going to end up being the death of all of them. Horde going to drop off the bat. Well, maybe not. Pablo with some nifty moves. Blinks out. Nicely done. He is still in trouble.
Rules, though.
Dodging, fogging. And he actually does not have Burrow Strike for another second here. Kick away. Nice from Pablo. He has a blink
he's got
now.
Blink. Oh, it canceled. That was so close.
That would have been great. Snako just a little bit too on the ball.
Yeah, nice to use the Yules, then right into Sandstorm so you couldn't blink away too.
Oh, but look at it, ends up only being a slight advantage for Vega after all is said and done. Only 600 gold.
Yeah, that's now it's the comeback factor going the other way, as it helped out Horde at the beginning of the game. But not enough this time. Well, I guess it's just helping them out again, I should say, but
yeah.
To 0, and this time it's still a favor, I suppose, to the dire side, just not quite as much as you might want.
Yeah. And Seneko somehow out of the position 4 role is the most, like, the highest experience in the game right now. Level 20. I don't know how he does it. He has a Crimson Guard too. He's 5.
Yeah, I was setting up
13.
those big fights, like killing the Darkseer both times, and he just keeps living through engagements. At least the important ones.
Jeez. That's nuts. You got the -50 respawn time now. Do they find Mag? All right, they got him. Silence down there as well. The Veil is out, and Vacuum him back in. The stun connects. Also going to hit on Snako as it bounce over to some creeps, and will hit him a second time. But looking for the stun. He actually finds it. Oh, Pablo, somehow, some way. Luck and everything else. Chasing doesn't have the ability to blink away. Silenced out as well. That was so unlucky for Snako. He got 2 bounces that were just like really close to not being there. Almost outside of range of him.
Clearly, Ake just playing like a god still, you know, controlling the bounces or something. I will say in that top fight though, Ake did have a lot of big plays. He got off a very nice Maledict, did a lot of damage to Jug before he could spin, and then he also got almost a full duration Death Ward. He channeled it for at least like 3 full seconds, getting plenty of damage going.
And that's something that if you're using a lot of your sustained.
I'm NA math over here. Almost full duration. It feels so long until you realize the Death Ward can actually go for the full 8. But you know what? we all know that never happens.
No, definitely not. But it's
Witch Doctor's ulting for 8 seconds. It's not shooting it at anything generally.
Yeah.
NA math wall.
I think the big thing though is that there's just there's a decent amount of things that can disrupt it, but a lot of that is being focused in on the other heroes from Horde, and so he just sort of hangs out to the side and nobody deals with him until he's already dealt a ton of damage.
Well, they've bounced back a bit now. That next tier 2. Perhaps Horde can clean up that final one up top and knock down some shrines of their own. Vega, they still have to deal with that one in the mid. Probably just going to wait for the Roche. Maybe not wanting to run to any problems again here as their lead, it is dissipating rather rapidly. I mean, the majority of the actual gold lead is down in the lower parts of the table.
Yeah.
For Vega, like that 2K, 2600 difference between the Rubik and the Witch Doctor, which is an important amount. Like, it's a big deal for Rubik to have this Glimmer Cape, and bottom lane they are going to find Snako, more than likely at least.
I missed out on a couple of them, but that is a very nice pickup, and I mean, that's a ton of gold and experience going back their way. Like, he is super farmed right now.
Yeah, just a good camp, too. They just had this ward up. They're like, someone's going to come push this out, surely. And they all just wait for it.
Majority of that gold going as well to the Witch Doctor, which means he can go a number of different ways at this point. Do you think it's worth it for him to, like, to me it feels like Glimmer Cape is pretty freaking good this game, given the amount of magical damage that's on the table.
Yeah, you might be having a hard time choosing between that or Force Staff, just because these combinations between the Sand King and the Nyx Assassin have been wrecking them during fights. So if that means that if one of your allies gets stunned, you might need to Force Staff them just away so they can't just keep chain stunning 3 or 4 people.
Oh.
We'll have to see what Ake wants. The Glimmer does have plenty of merits on its own, though. Not only for yourself as a Witch Doctor, but you can almost get the same effect on someone who's being chain stunned too, just by reducing all that damage and possibly making them invisible too if they don't have detection.
Yeah. And we've got maximum mobility, and actually, you know what, E-Skill already has the pipe as well, so it's still value, but maybe not as quite as high a value as it would have been otherwise. Ake can hold on to the gold for now and make his decision depending upon what the items are that come out from Vega.
Maybe he'll eventually work his way into his own BKB, you never know.
Yeah, or the Ags, why not? Witch Doctor Ags, let's go!
But those value items sure are hard to pass up.
Yeah.
You know, those solid 2,000 gold support items. But away we go with another smoke, baiting out Gork just a bit here. Looks like he's trying to act like he's playing defensively or something. Just like 4 steps away from the wave, but they'll soon reveal, and this is a big win for Vega as they knock down that final tower. Can they get back in time for top, though?
It might be a tough call. There's a lot of damage
wishing they
on.
pushed with G instead.
Oh, they ping out the shrine, but not going to TP to it. Instead, they're just going to take out the shrine of the Radiant. So both teams, shrines open, and I guess that call was if they do decide to go on our shrine, we come back and defend it.
Well, it should be a little bit easier for Vega to close these out. In terms of the shrines, they just destroy them so quickly with Lone Druid. And now it'll be Roche, though. They draw, finds a DD rune, of course.
Yeah.
Dota 2, the video game. Can almost solo Roche here in almost no time at all, but G comes over to show him how it's done.
God, that's a lot of damage. And by the time they realize what's going on, Roshan already taken down. There's a chance that Horde could have gone over there and tried to contest, but it would have been a really tough one for them. It does.
I don't know. They had Darkseer, Earth Spirit, Sniper Shrapnel. I feel like they really needed that fight.
Yeah.
Pablo would have had a real chance to shine there, but alas, they won't get it. And having this gem not really paying off so far, it doesn't feel like for Horde. They bought it a while ago, but the vision has still been pretty good from the Dire side. I mean, this ward has survived the entire time, scouting out any rotations through here. They have this one near the actual Roche pit that made them feel safe throughout all of that. It did help for like their big 5-man plays for sure, right? They needed it in case Seneko or Mag rotating on through. But in terms of vision denial, hasn't really been too relevant yet as they lose the Roche, which might end up being the determining factor of this game if they can close out a Rex here from Vega,
Other
which
key
is
thing.
highly likely.
Big items online. Witch Doctor did finish his Glimmer Cape, but it's Nyx Assassin going for the Ags and has been going for it for a little while. Has it completed, brought out to him. This is one of those pickups that can completely catch your opponents off guard and cause a lot of issues, particularly if you manage. Well, now he's going to be able to get the deward here. They should realize that it's coming now, I would imagine.
They do have a lot of silences, though, which is at least nice. The pull, like, he doesn't have any way to deal with that. So if they can just be diligent about where he's planted and just keep silencing him, it might be enough to try and deal with them during the siege and the high ground. But they're also very worried about silencing up our Juggernaut here, too. As with his Manta, maybe they can stack a couple of those and deal with him. Self-defusal, of course, no longer being an option.
Well, 10,000 net worth and experience. They have about an item lead over most of the heroes, I would say. And it might be time to actually go in and threaten high ground now. Lone Druid already picking up that Chrysalis and going back for the Butterfly next. Become that whirling monster of terror. 10-second BKB.
Yeah, I thought the Chrysalis was an interesting choice, but I think it's because he went for that BKB and he felt like he was just building too much defensive stuff and wanting an option to increase his actual DPS, but...
Oh, Mag. No, they
Still
got the
again.
Impale. They're going to be able to find him all under these wards right here and no way out. And that's, if they didn't know before, the reveal of the Agnum Scepter. But yeah, just a little bit too cavalier with the vision that was up here. And that is going to come back to bite them.
This vision is killing them, considering they have a gem on the side
Yeah.
of the Radiant. Just, I guess not shrapling the high grounds or something, or just...
Oh, Excalibur caught. He got caught by the Spike Carapace. Nice kick away by Pablo, keeping his buddy alive. A big silence comes out onto 3 of them, and looks like they are going to be okay for the moment. Rubik did steal silence as well. Gust there, and on the bottom lane, pressure coming from Snako. Orc does have another Gust in a second, able to get eyes on him still. They catch the stun, and also going to be dealing a lot of damage. Snako goes to the Yule Scepter, keeping himself alive. The rotations could come in as well. Assassinate will not be enough to find the kill, but brings him very low.
Yes, kind of scary there. But he'll be okay. Tower weakened pretty heavily in the mid lane.
Oh, nice,
They really
nice.
want to finish this Aegis.
The Manta style and then the jump away. Ditchara going to live through that one.
And now the question for Horde is, do you want to chase? Do we want to smoke out, try to do something? Bottom lane needs to be dealt with. They didn't really expend any cooldowns. They still have Omni Slash. They still have the Aegis, so not going to find a favorable fight outside the base. And they have now lost the tower and kind of fall back in the same spot. But they didn't lose Rax, and by the time they get back here, the Aegis should be down. And that'll have to be when Horde looks for their moment.
God, and look at this. I mean, Jug is sitting on 6,800. He's about to have 7,000 gold in his inventory right now, and I mean, it's probably a good
God.
idea that they didn't decide to go for that fight right there, because that's just this huge amount of net worth. That's almost the lead that they hold. Well, maybe not anymore. That's just not being expended into anything yet. And he's going to go back for the MKB, seeing that the Eagle Song was already purchased by Drow.
Yeah. Definitely the right call here for him. So Ditchara will be able to get down and dirty in those back lines. Flutter his way out of there, too.
And it's just feeling right now like Vega Squadron, all the answers in the world. Meanwhile, it's, you know, the -50 respawn time and all those other shenanigans. You have the Sand King, who went for the plus 120 gold per minute. So he's been able to build back into a pipe now on top of the Yules, Blink, everything else. The Impale is not going to quite be on the mark. Ake throws out the stun. We'll get caught by it. The Vacuum only connects onto Ditchera. Wall not on mark either. This is a really bad fight for Horde. E-Skill almost dead, able to get the mechanism off. A stun connects onto 2, but the Omni Slash going to wear off as they weren't able to follow Excalibur through that. Now round 2, getting set up and ready. Looks like they're just going to back out.
I think E-Skill saw, just from the vision, that Ditchera was about to do a blink Omni Slash onto 3 of his allies.
Okay.
I think that's why he went for that vacuum. But maybe I'm wrong with the wall. But if so, I mean, there was definitely going to be a huge Omni Slash if he didn't get that off. So perhaps it was serendipitous. If intentional, it was definitely a nice save by E-Skill.
Well played then at that moment. To save anything, and like, even if he didn't end up getting a big vacuum there, like, committing the wall at least stops the rest of Vega from trying to follow it up. So
Yeah, plus, he's gone down pretty early in these engagements too. A lot of heavy focus from Vega.
do you like the choice for him to go back for the Shivas here instead of going for the Guardian Greaves? Do you think it would have been maybe a better choice to go for Guardians?
There's no silence on the dire side, so it's not of a like absolute necessity.
Okay.
I can understand why the Shiva's a bit more, trying to slow down the attacks of Jugs.
Yeah, just gain whatever value they can. Our Spirit also does have a Lotus Orb here, so we might start hearing that deafening tone of the Echo Shell proccing, which is always a pleasure. But 20 to 24, 41 minutes in, a 15,000 net worth lead. Just game 1 here between Vega and Horde. And Vega certainly
Vega likely to wait this one out a little bit too. It's up against the sniper.
Radiant's
Despite
bottom
having
tower
yourself the
is
lone
under
druid, it's
attack.
still pretty scary going high ground. Really want this butterfly done for a G first. And there's going to be a giant window before Excalibur has MKB. Currently, he still has a Manta Style propped up here. Might even see a butterfly and Ditchera before we end up getting a MKB on Excalibur.
Yeah, jeez. Almost wonder if
course.
it's worth it just leaving it and going back for the MKB instead.
Well, Excalibur might just go right into MKB, honestly. I think he's been switching up his Q order quite a bit. I'm not sure how seriously he's taking that Manta right now.
Yeah. Well, Mag still searching.
Look at that. Do you see this play? He's just putting his helm down here,
Huh.
using it as like a TP outpost for themselves. Kind of similar to what we saw with the Underlord last game, but likely to see a lot of teams do this with the popularity of Helm.
There's more ways that Helm of the Dominator is being used. The item, kind of the bane of most people at this point. If you had to ask, it's one of the better items in the game right now. So
Pretty darn strong.
Radiant's top tower is under
Sniper is keeping almost on parity with these other cores that are out from Vega Squadron. Definitely the Darkseer is behind, almost 10,000 net worth, more than that behind the Lone Druid. Epicenter on the bottom lane is going to end up causing him to die. So it's a rough game right now if you're Horde. And that actually might be signal for them to think about going high ground. Force out the buyback at the very least.
Yeah, Darkseer is just so important to their overall team fight. Should be able to force the buyback for sure here. And again, it's just another pressure and push coming off the kill of E-Skill here. Just it's so important that they focus it, but they're doing such a great job. And look at this split too.
Radiant structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
There on the racks, Jug down in the bottom lane. How do you focus both these guys at once?
It is not easy, that is for sure. And if you happen to step too far out there, particularly with the sniper, and throw out shrapnels or whatever, it's going to be a quick stun coming from the Nyx. You almost can't even throw them anymore. That's how they've died the past couple of times. Mask of Madness popped here as well for Excalibur. Is going to try and bring down Ditchera. The stun connects. Nicely played there. Mag also going to be able to do it. Echo Shell used, and that will stop the pressure for the moment at least. So no buyback used. Bit of a win there for Horde.
Excalibur's starting to show off the damage. He did pick up that Yasha too, so gives himself a little bit more survivability. He still had buyback the whole time as well, though, so he's just been cautiously keeping that available for himself. And not sure if they killed the creep down bottom or if it just
I think that they brought it into the
it
fight.
away.
We saw Vega bring the Hellbear Smash.
Oh,
around.
is that what it was? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. So they won't have that though, which is at least some sort of pressure relief, perhaps, if that wave can get pushed out here from the side of Horde. But there it goes again. The Aegis onto Ditchera this time. And G will have a cheese too. So if they finally manage to commit on top of this lone druid, they're gonna have a hell of a time trying to bring him down unless they can perfectly chain him out of that BKB or cheese.
I love this pickup by Snako as well, going back for the AC, just helping out his team the rest of the way that he can. And this allows G just to go into straight up more damage items. He's going to go back for the Bloodthorn now, it looks like. And you've also got yourself a big old Juggernaut, MKB completed, and well, can go back for the Butterfly himself. So I'm starting to feel like this lead, unless Horde get a couple of pickoffs, and maybe right now is the time, could be nigh unwinnable, and they aren't going to be able to follow him up. Maybe one down here. Mag, they spot him with the Sentry. Trying to chase, vacuum back. Nicely played. They don't actually quite catch up to him. They do get him. Nicely played there, and with the stun out as well, Mag is going to drop. That's Gem as well. So big kill for Horde.
Yeah, nicely done. I think they must have another one. Yeah, they have another one prepped. So if they want to spend the gold, they can get another gem. More than likely will, just so they can keep this pressure up and hold on. But finally some relief for the Radiant side. Full 50 seconds where they can get out, maybe make use of their own gem or the stolen one. Try and get rid of some of these wards that are up for the side of Vega and take some control back over their map.
And Sniper is going to be able to finish off the Manta style here as he brings out the piece on the Courier recipe and also the Ultimate Orb. And so I guess the thought behind this is trying to help deal with the split push that's coming out, maybe? Like he can send out his Manta style illusions and then defend one of the other lanes a little bit more effectively. Snako just standing there for a minute.
Oh, meanwhile, top lane, Ake was doing something.
Divided our attention.
Yeah, I would guess he was probably just being a little bit cheeky.
Oh, Jira! Oh, they got Excalibur. That really hurts, and the Omni Slash is going to go forward as well. They have Pablo with a nice stun setup. Do they have enough damage? Those silence out as well. A lot being thrown back towards Jira. They actually changed his targets. They have to take down that Juggernaut, and the rest of the side of Vega Squadron is not going to be here for the rest of this, I don't believe, as they are going to be able to kick out Isco for the moment, but he is eventually going to fall. Buyback on Sniper. They need this guy.
Yeah, he has to go top lane. That bear's doing work.
They kill off the bear. Ake trying to keep them back, but it is so hard at this point. Well, bottom lane is going to be pressured in from Ditchiara as well, so they have to make a choice. They're going forward for one fight. Silence onto two. A lot of damage being done by the Sniper. They can kill off Snako here. And now running back towards the bottom lane. Ditchia already ran through the tier 3 and now going to jump away as he kills off the melee barracks. Horde are just being pulled apart.
Burrowed. It's just hard to even see where Mag is on the map right now, but he's way down there.
Yeah.
Burrowed, helping secure bottom. And he's going to force the buybacks. They now get a top melee. This is some nice rat and play here from Vega.
Although they kill off G, they also took down Sioma. This is going to be a pretty big gold swing back into their favor if they can somehow manage to salvage these other racks.
Yeah, Ditchera don't want to get too greedy going for just range. But he sees that they're all pretty far outside the base. Drow's all the way up here. Sniper's there too. So he was okay with a little bit more pressure. Yeah, fight recap. Is that it? Only 500 gold for killing?
I think that it was not quite fully updated, but well, it looks like Horde. This actually is a pretty nice play for them. They'll be able to take down the shrines, and I don't think you want to expend buyback for any of your heroes to defend those. They drop too quickly anyways.
It's kind of funny about killing G. It's not like he even has a kill streak anyway. Like,
Yeah.
7 of the 28 kills. It just is such a lane pusher this whole game, building hitter. Not actually involved in all the death there. Okay, he might be involved in another death here. He's trying to do his jukes and jives. All right, they're going to leave him. All right, Mercy is shown.
That might be a bit of a problem as well, because Ditchiara is dead. Wow, they do a lot of damage, and trying to find the second one onto the... I can't catch up to Mag. God, that was a ton of damage.
To secure his blink. I mean, that's one thing Sniper does have.
Yeah.
Can't really deny that. It's, Excalibur, he's got it, baby. He's queuing it up. He knows there's only one option this game.
It's time.
It's a rapier that's going to miss 30% of the time. No, they're actually they're There won't end up being a butterfly in time here for the Juggernaut, as the draw is heading back into Skull Basher and Sacred Relic, or rather, the good old days, the Abyssal Blade,
Right.
being finished up here now for our Jug.
Ellen, I mean, Sniper is very, very dangerous at this stage, particularly at the BKB at this point. So, actually goes back instead and is going to buy the Boots of Travel first, it looks like. Come on, Sniper. Excalibur, we got to see something better than that.
Wow, what a jerk. That's kind of unacceptable. No, this is good. He can be the one who sits in base the whole time. He can just be so safe that it's difficult for him to actually make a play on him. So he can be like standing next to his Ancient and pushing these out. He doesn't need detection in the base in order to spam waves. Then with the bots, he can rejoin the
They
fight.
found another. Seneko is going to go down here, I believe, as the stun goes through, and they have the vacuum back in, and he's actually really tanky. Oh, they don't quite get the silence. The damage is not enough, but they do have a creep wave here. And look at this from the low ground. Where's the rest of the team? Mag has Boots of Travel, and we also have G who's going to be able to TP back, but already that's a tier 3 tower down. Not a bad play there for Horde.
Yeah, Ditcherod's going in, though. He's trading.
Top barracks are under attack.
Oh, wants it. No backdoor protection.
Oh, they're going to stop
in
these
a second.
TPs.
Are they going to get him?
Dire's middle tower is
Goric?
we
Oh,
got him!
what? Oh, they got him. The stun onto Sioma. It might be enough, though. They're going to turn and fight this. And actually, they might have bit off more than they can chew. A stone form being used by Pablo and Enchant Remnant. I don't know if that was
Doesn't matter, though.
necessarily
They're
the
getting
play.
the racks, man. Excalibur's
Oh,
bots are
God.
just now coming off cooldown.
Oh, geez. Excalibur trying to find this kill. Is going to be able to chase down G. A ton of damage being dealt. Is he going to be able to find that kill? Doesn't look like
Oh,
it.
Ditch is going for it. The Vegas.
Over here, they actually are going to be able to get it. The broken TP. I thought that it was going to end up working for them, but not at all in a good position. G takes down E-Skill as well.
Dire's middle tower
Man,
is under
the
attack.
plays that were made there, so huge. And Goric is just going to end up dying. I think that they can find this kill on him. Drow Ranger gone. Just
Wow,
standing
Seneko,
there and
the
accepting
BM.
it. Oh, man,
He's just
what?
move commanded onto
Oh, Seneko. Would we have it any other way? I don't think so. Jeez.
Yeah. Damn, that is harsh. I mean, it's game one of the 2-game series. You got to get your psychological game on here, too. I like it.
I'll take your trip.
The next levels coming out
guess-
from Seneko.
So maybe the play of the game there, Mag, who's been having a great one all game long. I don't know if that was completely blind or not. It seemed like there was maybe a little bit of a path to spot the Drow, but whatever the case, really big stuff.
Yeah, I got the job done, though. I mean, they knew Excalibur had bots in. They saw him defending, and they just said, hey, if he's come in, you know, I have great heroes for canceling TPs. Nyx. It's the excellent range. Seneko as well. We can find these guys. We can make sure they don't get back to base. Also, the speed they destroy buildings is pretty much unparalleled, really.
And I will say that the lineup of... Oh, wait. That's just a smoked bear. Or an invis bear. They found him, though. And a quick kill.
Oh, wow. Did you see that thing go flying? That's an awesome death animation.
That was great. God, I can't
Raid
believe
your
how,
Dota.
I-
Let's go, Excalibur.
I can't believe how tanky Sand King is right now. He's
Well,
got...
did you see his 25 talent?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, the 50 health regen, and then on top
Plus
of that,
ours.
also having, you know, Heart, the Crimson Guard. He has, what is this going to end up be? 45 armor? No, yeah, 45 armor when he's not near a tower even. Like,
He's like better Slark.
jeez.
Gets out of the fight, he'll have 294 HP regen.
This is so nuts. Yeah, and Drow just doesn't do anything. I mean, I think the move command onto him as well was like, I mean, sure, it was BM, but also making sure that that aura wasn't on him. I don't know.
Dude, it was Bia. Come on, you're digging so deep right now. It's not
I
even
don't
funny.
I don't
And
want
all his skills are off cooldown. What are you talking about?
Fair enough.
You know what else takes it off? You kill him. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah,
you
that
can
might be
also
true.
just do that.
That's fair enough.
Oh, so innocent.
I don't want to, like, you know, badmouth Snake. People get angry when BM happens sometimes, you know?
Oh, that's good BM. Oh, whatever. I mean, that's good BM. That's psychological warfare.
That's fair enough. All right, Roshan's starting to go down, and we'll see if Vega just walk into their base or not. Horde Their spirit's broken. They can still come back if somehow they can manage like a huge kill or something. It's hard to imagine it. We don't have the rapier net for Excalibur.
Pretty much the only hope. Of course, they still have to get it. Get it back to their base.
Yeah, that's the tough
It's probably time to start sending the courier, honestly.
I guess that they're just not wanting to take that chance of losing the courier, maybe? Or losing the rapier on the courier?
Oh, come on, guys. You need this rail. Who's going on the mission? Is Pablo going to go on the... No, I guess he can't. Send that courier. Let's go. I want to see a rapier.
They've got a ton of damage. Top lane, they found G. Okay, that's a good way to start this all off. Pops his BKB. The rotations are going to come in now. Ditya Ra is found immediately Excalibur, but he pops his BKB, and they're going to bring down Ditya. Okay, Aegis is down. Seneko also is out and away from the rest of his squad. Mag could potentially go for this, but Sioma almost ends up dropping right there. Omni Slash onto E-Skill as well as Ake, but they aren't going to be able to get that kill as of yet. And oh, good gusto, and Sioma turns it back around. They have been able to catch onto Excalibur, but still alive. G with the double kill, and this is 2 minutes without Drow. This is so tough. Good burrow strike from Seneko. The follow-up epicenter as well. Is it going to be enough for the kill? They do have it. And Excalibur, he isn't gonna, he does end up killing him off. But
nice
Mag, they're gone. Buyback from the sniper, wants to make the best of this that he possibly can. They're trying to take down Ditya. The tier 4s are falling and everybody is dying. Mag eats the cheese. They're gonna roll out and away. Everybody's buying back in. Throne is down and Vega Squadron are gonna take it from Horde.
It looked okay on the high ground defense, but of course, it's Megas, so. Vega Squadron. Really well-weighted mid-game. They just got their advantage. They chilled out. They kept getting roached. Made sure they were always control every time they did it. Had a couple DD runes to help along the way, but Powered Lone Druid, man, G just was almost full PvE this game. He was pushing lanes. He felt impossible to gank. Not that they made too many efforts towards it, maybe just because it was so difficult. The key portion, though, definitely those pickoffs on E-Skill, without question. It's picking off in the bottom lane, picking off the top lane, opening up Roshan. Towers for them as well, and even into that first Raxing too.
Yeah. Well, a really impressive display from Vega Squadron after what was looking like a bit of a comeback and a bit of a lead also for Horde in those early stages. Just didn't end up working out, but that was just game number 1, everybody. We saw shenanigans abound, and if game number 1 is anything to go by, number 2 is going to be even better. So stay tuned. Lyrical as well as Trent Pax, your 2 casters for this one, and we'll be back. Keep on following Starlighter iLeague Star Season 3. After the EU games, we're going to have some more NA Dota afterwards, which I know we all love to love. See you guys in just a little bit.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.